Welcome to the world now, Jetro Global Eye. Recently, we have seen an ever-growing interest in Africa. Of African countries, Ethiopia is of particular focus due to its large population and stable political situation. Let's shed light on some of its business possibilities relative to Japan. Here are a couple of businesses on the move. This is Kawagoe City, Saitama Prefecture, Japan. In Kawagoe, there is a shop specializing in products from Africa. It highlights honey, which won an award in a contest in Japan. The honey was purchased from Ethiopia by a Japanese importer doing business with more than 20 countries. Mr. Yoshitaka Inagawa is in charge of purchasing.
This honey is from an Ethiopian tropical rainforest. As a product of African honeybees, it tastes a bit aggressive, or features a relatively strong floral scent, you might say.
The number of lovers of high-quality honey is increasing in Japan. This market trend encouraged the importer to launch an Ethiopian honey in Japan, which has won high acclaim. Western Ethiopia. Here, an expanse of forest as far as you can see. Mr. Inagawa can be found looking for honey in a dense forest. There is good reason for him to set foot deep into Africa. For a small company with only 30 or so employees to survive, it was imperative to deal in distinct products that the competition didn't have.
Consumers can get tired of the products they consume. So, to differentiate ourselves, we need to demonstrate that we're doing things aggressively.
Ethiopia, which some 90 million people call home, is situated in East Africa. Of the 54 African countries, Ethiopia has the second largest population. The 1995 constitutional amendment made it the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia as we see today. Ethiopia has great economic potential. Agriculture is Ethiopia's mainstay industry, and coffee and cut flowers have been the country's main exports to Japan. In addition to high-quality coffee, Ethiopia has also been known for its beekeeping tradition. Shown here hanging on a large tree are traditional devices for attracting honeybees. Honeybees make their hives inside the boxes. Recently, some beekeepers are switching to modern beekeeping methods to increase honey yield. Mr. Inagawa visited an Ethiopian beekeeper from whom he purchases honey every year. Mr. Inagawa looks somewhat unhappy as he reports to the beekeeper on his sales performance in Japan. It was because the previously purchased lots lacked uniformity in quality. In order to maintain the business relationship, the problem had to be addressed. However,
I have one comment. It's not my problem. የእነሱ ችግር ነው። ለምን በሰዓቱ አልሰበሰብንም ያንን ማር አመት ከምናምን እኛ ጋር ቆይቷል ይሄ ምርት።
No, that's not the point. Poor quality itself is the problem to us in Japan.
To maintain the quality level required in Japan, he frequented beekeeping sites, repeating explanations and talking about points to be improved.
We have a good communicate. No problem at all.
The volume of Ethiopian honey Mr. Inagawa handled last year was 5 tons. It's a fairly small volume, not normally handled by an importer. He has avoided risks by reducing the volume of transaction and dispersing suppliers. A reliable local business partner was another key point. He works closely with his partner on everything, from information gathering to local negotiations.
So if they get good market price, they can help themselves, they can get more money. So that's why I need to help my people as much as possible.
The honey producer Mr. Inagawa visited with his partner was the one responsible for the award-winning honey in the Japanese contest. In his backyard were rows of beehives. The beekeeper is increasing honey yield in response to Mr. Inagawa's request. How will the yield be for this year? As he put the handle of a spoon into a hive, it dripped with honey. Testing his sugar content using a saccharimeter.
Brick scale reading was 81. We made thorough controls of sugar content, and the result was evident as a numerical value, which is fantastic. This kind of thing is practically impossible.
Honey of the highest possible quality that Ethiopia's Mother Nature could make.
Good taste. I can recommend this to our customers with confidence. We'll go with this product. It's far better than the previous years.
He delivers to the producer the certificate of merit that he received in Japan. It's proof of the trust built up between the Ethiopian producer and the Japanese importer. This is Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia. The capital city is in the midst of a construction boom. Numerous commercial facilities and hotels are being built. People's income level is still low, but high economic growth goes on. Furthermore, the country's infrastructure is being improved thanks to support from China. One example is the light rail tramcar, which began operating in September 2015. It now serves as a vital means of transportation for people. Railroad and expressway construction projects are also in progress. The Ethiopian government emphasizes a policy for industrial promotion. Calling for a shift from agriculture to light industries, the policy has targeted the sewing industry. This is a sewing factory operated by a local company. Some 800 people work here. The factory is expanding production thanks to orders from overseas for commissioned products. The advantage of Ethiopia lies in its relatively cheap labor, which is outstanding even when compared with Asian countries. The factory manager says,
so the labor is cheap and the life standard is good and the weather is good, electricity is cheap and a lot of incentive from the government we are getting. So, and we have labor, young generation, we can utilize the people.
In 2016, JETRO established an office in Ethiopia. Mr. Takao Seki, director of the office, is shown examining the present state of the sewing industry. He wishes to deepen bilateral relations between the two countries through business.
This factory is clean and looks well organized.
He reckons that business opportunities will arise for Japanese companies when the sewing industry in Ethiopia sufficiently develops. Sewing machines used in this factory are also from Japan.
As the sewing industry develops, it will necessarily call for other equipment, such as a water treatment plant. These, I think, are areas in which Japanese manufacturers can serve as equipment suppliers.
The Shimokitazawa district in Tokyo. An apparel shop here showcases t-shirts made in Ethiopia. Picking one up, we found a tag that reads "Made in Ethiopia." This t-shirt was one a major Japanese apparel maker had the factory make on a trial basis to identify Ethiopia's potential. The first step towards a new business. Our relations with Ethiopia are being built up little by little. Direct investment in Ethiopia from Turkey and India is also on the increase. As sewing industry clusters develop in Ethiopia in the future, demand will arise for related machinery and equipment. Accordingly, there seems to be a good chance for Japanese exports. We hope relations between Japan and Ethiopia will progress favorably in a wide range of fields.